All right, I believe we may be live. I'm just going to go and check now online to see, to just see the video itself. I'm going to mute that, but I think that we're already live. Oh, I think we're already live.
Good.
Yes, we are. All right, so let
All
me
right,
just
I believe
mute
we may
myself
be live.
online,
I'm just going to go and
and
check
we will
now
see.
online.
Yeah, I can even hear myself. All right, cool. So, Vitaly, back again. Oh my goodness, yeah. Very exciting to talk to you. We've been talking here and there, emails on the phone, right? But we never really got back online. And my viewers, you were a super interesting candidate for mayor, and for my viewers who don't really remember you very well, right? Let's just give them a little quick background about you just one more time because some of that is relevant to some of the things we're going to be talking about.
Okay, introduce myself. My name is Vitaly Filipchenko. I used to was a candidate for New York City mayor as independent candidate. I came to America from Russia, like at age 33 years old, and I became citizen. I believe in democracy. I believe it's true, and I was running for New York City mayor. That's my previous history.
Yeah, and one of the things that I really liked about you was you were an anti-corruption candidate, right? Very few people are willing to take on the true power right there, and that's one of the reasons why we're getting back up today is kind of to do like a follow-up on what happened with that, right? So maybe you could just refresh our minds about, right? Because honestly, that's one of the most critical aspects. That's why I'm such a third-party independent candidate supporter. Not that they don't; those parties also have the same problems as the duopolies, straight up. Okay, they're just smaller. But the fact of the matter is that but having that option in play makes so they can't play these dirty games, which you're about to find out right about now. Go ahead. So some of them might, I hope they remember, but some of them, for them new to this situation, what's going on with that?
Okay, the simple way, independent, what kind of party, like Republican, Democrat? All these candidates who was running for New York City mayor, and we got Mayor Eric Adams. What they usually say is they promise to build something, but to build something, they have to fix it. To fix it, you have to find ways of problem, and the solutions for the problem, we have to find out ways is money, follow the money because most of New York it get corrupt. I can see the Chuck Schumer like we need more money for MTA, we need more money for bridges, road, but actually every year you got a budget, and if you're asking for money, you can solve the problem and it keep going. But you guys ask the same thing every year, more money, but it solves the problem. All New Yorkers can see PQE roads in New York, and it's really, really horrible. For example, go to Florida, the budget of Florida, $4 billion, right? But everybody enjoying driving in Florida, or Georgia, or North Carolina, roads is perfect. New York City, horrible. Why? Because people who do the job, that's the solution. One, are you stupid to doing your job, or you just stealing the money? No one want to admit anything. Because if you look in New York, everyone is driving in New York. You can see the parkway, you can see the roads, streets. I mean, they got horrible. You got horrible condition. But if you got a budget like $200 million, no, sorry, $200 billion budget of New York State, I think we can fix something. And the more interesting for all this budget, even last time was video chat Zoom with Chuck Schumer. He proposed a plan to get more money for MTA, and like usually it's happened, it's marginalized independent candidate. I've been texting, I've been writing like, "Hey Chuck, tell me what was last time audit for MTA? How they spend the money? Who been on the bid? How many companies? Who gives the best price for the bid?" I'm surprised nobody answered it. It's like everybody just ignore me, like a stupid question. No, it's a realistic question for New York City budget. And a simple way, when I'm driving to Florida, like I-75,
They're all
and I
playing a
can.
perverse game, man. Like Andrew Cuomo, after he killed a bunch of people in the nursing homes, he got an Emmy.
Oh,
So
don't
the
don't forget,
so
don't forget
your
it.
question is
He
great.
got investigation FBI
Yeah,
on his money contribution, and when he became a congressman,
yeah.
he shut down the case. Like nobody remembers this.
The thing is that the press doesn't talk about it, and they pretend like we forgot. Guess what? I didn't forget. Yeah. So
Oh
he's
yeah,
saying a
nobody.
lot of real stuff, and honestly, those questions that you had are really should be the core of any government. Like you're asking who's getting the bids, where's the money going. That's
Yeah,
really critical questions, and the fact that they didn't honor that is honestly. That's why I do so much of the work that I do,
yeah. For
honestly.
for
So
for
thank you so much
why?
for that. Yeah.
With uh, government New York State right now. Kohol, if I pronounce correctly. She proposed like $600 million to rebuild like stadium, but we still have big population and homeless people in New York. I didn't see any kind of proposal. I see the Ericanos like, are we gonna remove them like the Fourth Amendment? Like, excuse me, you're gonna remove physically? They people, they're not a trash. They're treating people like a trash. Because if you got the money, got the power, he was promised like, oh, I have a plan, 100 days, no crime, no nothing. And we can see after like 6 months, we got the crime every day. We got a shooting, killing every day. We got a lot of homeless people. We got no job. We got a lot of small business get closed. Like, guys, look at this. He's a liar, and he's still doing his real estate. And he proposed all this stuff for his hand, not for people. And he treat like regular people like a trash. I think when you see Ricardo, I love his dress. Right? It's cool, but you're mayor. You're on the job. You have to be like in a good uniform, not like dandy guy. He's like costume awesome. I love it, man. But when you go to party, when you go to your private meeting, but not to do your job, you show up like a dandy with sugar can. Like, hey, what's up? I'm Eric Adams, dude. Follow ways and money. Look
Yeah.
at the last time they proposed $200 million to rebuild a BQE. It was a big problem. But I didn't see any kind of proposal less money. Should we call like Florida, Georgia, all these companies who rebuild roads and
Actually, yeah.
highways?
Let's get to we'll talk about the highways in a second because I remember that
Yeah, sure,
you had a
sure.
bridge thing that was actually quite
You just
critical
guide
and
me,
coming on.
okay? Because I'm too emotional. Like
No
I
doubt.
didn't speak a long time.
You're speaking about some real issues right there. Just so you know, the contracts that you're talking about, right, and the bridge thing we're going to talk about is some real issue that I think you guys. I'm glad that we're revisiting this issue because we don't forget about issues on this channel, like other channels do.
We cannot
But
forget it.
yeah,
We
but the
cannot.
fact of the matter is that also there's remember that Cuomo had deals with people in the nursing home industry. That's why people died in there. There's also, which disabled is one community that I work with, so they were definitely impacted. Schumer also is getting money from BlackRock. You know that they're engaged in a lot of military expeditions and also a lot of real estate buyouts. There's a lot of real tragic effects of this corruption and problems. But actually, with your engineering background and with your experience, you noticed something that was going on with the bridge, and this was amazing.
To be
Yeah,
corrected, not the bridge highway Bruckner Express. It's a highway, Bruckner Express.
yeah,
People who've been driving from Bronx to Manhattan, they know Bruckner Expressway is really good. Based on my experience, I've been working like I had worked like 2019, 6 months MTA bus driver. I
yeah.
know experience about MTA from inside, not from outside opinion.
And
I
one thing
was
I just want to say is that's something I really appreciate about you. You were also a volunteer police officer, right? Yeah, as someone who's coming here from another country, doing the MTA, doing the police officer thing, and running for mayor, you're really someone who really embraced this country and really decided to really give back, and it's a fucking amazing thing. And I appreciate you. I'm sorry to
yeah.
interrupt, but
I love this
I'm not trying to
country.
just blow your dick, man. I'm not
No,
trying
no,
to gas you up, but honestly, just for real, man, as a real one out here doing work myself, what I mean, we need more people out here to stand up and do this type of shit. So, thank you. Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. I
Yeah.
got the opportunity to be the citizen of this country. I really appreciate it. I try to do my best because point is, a lot of people just like, okay, make money, live better, make money, live better,
Yeah.
but don't forget give back for your country. What's the main curse? Because that's how great this country. A lot of immigrants, and it was built on immigrants, like not built on Native Americans. Like I really respect these people. They get forgotten completely because they always done peaceful
I
products.
have some deep
But
questions about that coming up. But we're going to
yeah,
learn this bridge thing.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
definitely
Sorry,
going to
man.
ask
I
about those
jump in
questions
it.
coming up, for real. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
for based on
Yeah.
experience, I was like volunteer cop for 2 3 years. It's for free because you have to give back to the community. I was a bus driver in MTA. I see how the MTA work. Even if you everybody knows like express bus, and the ride costs 675, and MTA costs like 275. And first of all, I came to union. They try to help, like because everyone is union. Oh, good, Amazon union's good, but don't forget. Soon I came to a union representative in MTA. It was East Chester. I was like, hey guys, by the way, these buses need a toilet because when you're driving in the traffic in summertime, you get stuck in traffic 2 3 hours instead like 45 minutes ride. I was driving the X7 from a co-op city to Manhattan. And I know how people suffering. Like, where are you gonna go? Sitting in a bus? You have to go for restaurant, right? And you didn't tell me like, oh, it's like it's really difficult because I was like, what do you mean difficult? People pay triple price. They deserve to get a better ride. And same time, if you go to interstate buses, you have toilets provided, right? By DOT law. In New York City, like, oh, they really cares about riders. And I was like, first of all, if we created that toilet, right? And we created more jobs for cleaning, for maintenance, for service, and all these people who tourists in the city, they're using bus too, express buses, and they need a toilet, right? And like, oh, in New York City. By the way, I came from Paris last year. I was on the Christmas time, but I was observing in Paris. They do have public toilets for free, basically every 3, 4 blocks. They do have free showers for free for homeless people or who doesn't have a money. Public showers.
If I could just
That
comment on that, yeah. Look, I'm a formerly homeless person, you know what I mean, for a long time, and the fact of the matter, the shower is definitely hard to get. You can get food, people that can give you food here and there. Yo, shower, getting to that, ooh, that's a luxury right there, yo, for real. So that's very exciting to know about.
yes, that's more
That would help a
important. Like
lot.
you have to keep maintain yourself as still human being. You're not like
Yeah,
animal. That's more important. They treat you like a person. You don't have a money, okay? You don't have a job, okay? You don't have a house, but you need the basic needs: toilet and shower. That's like all these promises, like Hochul, Cuomo. How many years you've been in the same thing like Eric
being able to
Adams.
take a
He's a
shower means you have much better chance of getting that job. Like to get yourself out of homelessness, you need
hallelujah.
these things
That's
can help you. Yeah,
that's common sense. And I do remember Eric Adams. He was board president like for how many terms? Like 2, 3. And how many toilets we got in Brooklyn? Difficult to find out. And by the way, New York, the toilets open with 8 in the morning and close with the sunsets 5, 6 p.m. public toilet in the parks. Excuse me, after 5 p.m. nobody had to use the toilet, right? Hey, hello, guys. I think it's really, sorry for my language, it's fucked up. You pretend you're Democrats, Republican. I honestly want to say you fucking idiots. It's a basic thing. You have to respect the people.
yeah.
Then if you respect those people, the people can treat you like real candidate, like real human being. But we treat the people like animals. I don't know. I can say you just piece of shit.
So let's go back to this bridge situation. So
Okay,
this
bridge
bridge story is
nation.
fantastic. This bridge story is
Okay,
crazy.
it's
Go
a
ahead.
real story. By the way, I do have civilian engineers, roads, aerodromes, basic bridges too. 2019, I saw beginning probably in the summertime. They do have 2 ramps. Brooklyn Expressway, one ramp get in when you go to Manhattan.
Wait, quick.
That's
I'm sorry, just one question. So many immigrants experience this, right? You actually have an engineering, civil engineer background,
yes,
but you
sir.
ended up driving buses, and now you're doing moving and stuff, which is cool.
No, I
Um,
had a moving company,
yeah,
but I'm still doing like try to get in foot in the door and find out how the system works. Even
yeah.
if I have to go to volunteer New York City Cares,
But
I
did
want
your
to help.
engineering license not pass over from Russia to the States, or because a lot of immigrants find themselves, overqualified for the jobs they do?
Oh, it's a second topic because you
I'm sorry. Okay.
overqualify, but your second language, your accent, and the people treat you like, oh, sorry, you're a second class citizen. Everybody
I'm
knows
sorry.
about. I know a lot of great people like from China, from Japan, from Africa. They got really great education, but difficult to get a job. I spoke with these people like, oh, soon I get there. They talking to me, say thank you so much, and they get hired some kind of idiot who doesn't have experience. It's just like,
Yeah.
okay, from the college, hello, welcome. Are you American? You, what's up? How's it going? Yeah, because you have to be idiot. Based my experience and knowledge, I was driving the bus every day and I was watching like every day from early morning to evening the construction. It's a ramp probably like 500 feet. They put it all this structure, metal structure, I-beam, T-beam, metal bars, then put it concrete. And usually took like probably 6 months to build. Like can you imagine like 100 people construction working on a project? And after 6 months, they try to connect a ramp to Brooklyn Expressway. But when it comes up, you see the difference, guys? 8 inches did not match it. What they do? They immediately, for 2, 3 days, demolish everything what been working for 6 months. Funny part, because they do have second ramp from Brooklyn Expressway connected to I-87 North. Same story. 6 months, it was been working really hard. Yeah, I was like completely pissed off. I stopped my bus on the route for 2 minutes, like, hey guys, where is your fucking engineer? I understand you can miss quarter, 1/8, about like 6-8 inches. And the guy was laughing because I understand. And the same story as the second ramp was demolished for 3 days, start over again. I was like, okay, if you can miss, if you not qualify, are you just fucking try to steal the money? Second step, I was calling to office Letitia Jane to report, guys, you have to investigate this. Obviously it's a crime.
Wait, who
And
did you go
office like,
to? Who did you go to?
Letitia Jane, I
Oh,
called into
Letitia
office.
James, yeah.
I didn't
Attorney
call
General.
her directly,
Yeah.
but her employee who have to do investigation. First question like, oh, are you sure maybe they do have insurance? I was like, obviously, if you do have insurance, it's called insurance fraud because you know you fuck it up, and you fuck it up twice. I understand one time
Yeah.
mistake, but 1/4 is 6 inches, 8 inches. It's not mistake. It's completely fucked up. Insurance fraud or steal money from a budget because it's double budget. You have to start over again. And the main question asking like, oh, can you tell me the name company who been doing? Can you tell me how much money? Who is the boss?
Did they
Who is
give
the
to the
general
same
manager?
company? Yeah, I want to know.
I said, guys, my job, like whistleblower, I'm a civil engineer. Hey guys, can you take a look? It's a simple way. Look in the budget, look in the contract. What I have to give you full information. That's your job. It's like, okay, yeah, we will take a look. I was like, can you call me back in a couple of months to try to figure out how's the case going? No, we're not going to tell you anything. Obviously, after 2 years, nothing heard about. And recently, last year, I was like so pissed off. I decided to go FBI office. It's downtown Manhattan. I think it's a Federal Plaza, 11th floor or 7th floor. I'm not particularly remember. I got a printed paper, exactly location, date. To get to FBI, usually you have to collect a report. It's like, okay, I would like to go to commission or anyone to do investigation of the fraud. And from this guy, FBI uniform with a gun, it's like, okay, why do I have to go there? I was like, I got the map, I got the knowledge, and what's happened completely construction. Construction big mistake was stealing money. How much is steal? Okay, between 50 and 100 million dollars. Okay, what's the name of the company? I was like, I don't know. How do you know which one transfer from where to where? I was like, guys, it's your job to investigate. It is something completely. I did not go on anonymous. I show up. If you something wrong, you can say like, oh, you liar. But I show up because I know that I'm not lying. It's true. You can see the Google map every day on this direction and this location. You will see what's happened. It's simple to investigate. And it's like, okay, can you get like an investigator guy or any kind of like a detective who can take this case and start working? And he says, well, no, you don't have enough information and we're not going to do this. And it's like, really? That's what New York State screaming like, oh, we want to help people, we want to help people. And I see how you guys helping. Letitia Jane office, fuck it off. FBI, fuck it off because person show up. And I do have like little bursts. I got friends who work in this in different district and like even the MTA and other. They do have construction, sub-construction, and middle construction company to sign really high agreement and really high price, and no one investigating this because money goes to pocket and everybody quiet. Because if you do the stuff to solve the problem, you have to find where is the problem.
Yeah.
And if you find this chain, the really fucked up chain with the money, it's easy to find. It's money. Really to follow the money, you can arrest these people, put it in the prison, and for the next person, they're not going to be really interested to steal this money.
Yeah, we got to clean this up.
We didn't see any kind covered. We
Yeah.
didn't see any covered in the news. They can say, oh, someone tripped, slipped, or some kind of balloon show up. Oh, we see like a white eagle show up in the park. Wonderful. But white eagle, if it's Mother Nature, he's a fly and eat it. What about people who need food, who needs a shower? And it's like, for example, when I was running for New York City mayor, I get covered like all this Russian news, all this TV stations show up. They did interview, live interview, video interview. They was really interesting. I said like, look guys, you Russia get fucked up for elections. I'll be open, but I love America because anyone can run for any kind of position. Anyone. That's really great. It was my dream to help this country back.
Yeah.
But American news, except TJ7, thank you so much, man. You helped me so much.
Oh, who is that? Who's that?
TJ7.
Who's that?
It's a guy who's right now in front of me.
What's that? What's that?
who is helping me all these videos with all connection with the guys to give me help. Because most of the news in New York, they just
Wait,
ignore
what
me.
news channel is this? Is he on TV or is he like an internet show? What is he?
It's an internet
Radio?
show.
He's a
It's
TV show?
called it's called Ed DJ Salmon. If you look on
Okay, what channel is he on?
it's on the YouTube canal.
Oh, it's on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
cool,
right
okay.
now. Wait, right now.
Okay. What?
Who is streaming the show?
Oh, word?
Yeah, who is the guy in the baseball hat and the red
Oh,
one?
that's me. Oh, that's
Oh,
me.
sorry, man.
Oh,
I
DGL
just like
7.
trick you.
Oh, yeah. My bad, my bad. I thought it was someone
Yeah,
else.
this
My
guy
bad.
really helped me. I'll be honest. I give him
Appreciate
big
that.
credit. He helped me seriously. He connected me with the people who really helped me with my campaign to give me knowledge to how fill out this form, how do all this stuff. Because again, election in New York, board of election, really fucked. They didn't provide any kind of information.
Yeah.
If someone want to run, you have to pay it from your pocket. But if you run from people, you actually pocket really small because you're from the people, not like Eric Adams, who huge real estate behind him, like a Kitty Coco or Andrew Forma.
One question for you, yeah?
Yes,
now, the
sir.
thing is that New York City has something called publicly funded elections. Now, the thing is that candidates with big money like Yang and stuff, for every $1 they earned, they got $8 back.
1 to 8, correct, sir.
Yeah. Now, what about you? Because what about like the smaller candidates like yourself? Were you able
Yeah.
to
But
qualify?
you got one problem. You
Yeah.
have to reach a minimum 200,000.
well. So, what
Yeah.
kind of was under the name publicly funded elections is actually only for the rich?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I will tell you how the democracy works. Even if you're based in Russia, right? They do have candidate minimum for government gives them money. So okay, each one candidate registered, they have to run, and government providing money.
Yeah.
Like regular amount money. Like for example, $20,000, right? Each one gets same opportunity and equal money.
Mm-hmm.
New York State, that's like liberal blue state with democracy. What the fuck, guys, going on? Like only rich people allowed to run. And even when I asked the board of election, can you provide me more information, specific question? And it's like, we cannot because we can't because we're not allowed. I was like, you sit in an office, you have to do your job to help the candidate. And it's like, well, we cannot because by law, we just give you the piece of paper, you sign it, that's it. If you forget one comma, a period, you put it, they see you did mistake, you can just fix it right away, but they're not gonna tell you. They get your paper and then you disqualify. How many candidates get disqualified? We already got a meeting with the board of election. I was like screaming from my heart. I say, guys, you have to change the system.
Did you not expect fairness or fair play? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you represent rich people who say like, I'm a regular guy from New York. I support black and brown community. No, you fuck not. You represent your business and your companions.
And they
not
cash
the
it
real
on
people.
at 8 times money. That's big money right there. And
Oh
they
yeah, like
clocking out millions out of the taxpayers, just
yeah,
raking
even
it. Yeah.
For example, Eric Adams, he got 500,000, right? And 8 to 1, that's $4 million, right? If
Yeah.
he got $8 million, he said, like, I'm gonna help black and brown community. And I said, yes, dude. Why internet? Why? Sorry, it's New York.
Yo, are you down to go visit the FBI office again? Because I want to go with you. That'll be fun.
I don't know because
I'm not mad. Yeah.
because no one behind me, no one supports me. I'm talking about big corporates.
I'll go with
I
you.
don't want to be connected with big corporate. I only connect with the people. Anyone like I collect my signature for myself. I go to
Let me see
Bronx
if I
Street.
can hook up some old. Okay, the candidates that are running now, right? Yeah, Jonathan Howe, Larry Sharp, and stuff like that, right? Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, no
Maybe they would
problem.
team up with you because look, you still have your old connections from running, right? Yeah. And if your
Yeah.
community that was supporting you, right, they saw these people like paying attention to your issue, which is a real issue, right? Also,
Yeah.
just so you know, I have been running this thing called the Unified Platform for 22, and I was actually thinking about canceling. It's actually happening tomorrow, but we're having the disabilities and the immigration panel. And the thing is that your experience of being now some of this Russian background, it's so much interesting to your perspective on that angle. So I just want to make sure that we have this this bridge thing sewn up because I'd like to keep going at it. You know, I mean, you have something real here, right? And the fact they had to demolish it twice, this is
Yeah.
worthy of investigation. And
Well,
like the
yeah.
fact they don't want to talk about it, right?
They
Are they gonna do it
completely
again?
covered everything like not exists. Like we live in New York. I live for like minimum 15 years, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't see the big scandal like in New York. They caught the big corporate who's laundering money, is stealing money, like it's not exist. Like, excuse me, guys, I see troubles everywhere,
And I'm
and
sorry
I
to tell
like,
you that it's not just on that bridge thing. It's happening almost in every industry that
oh
the
yeah,
city's
you look
touching.
in the street.
Yeah.
Have you ever drove in Manhattan Bridge, right? You got a lot of potholes, right? I didn't see the repair anything, but I'm looking like Manhattan. I see Red Hook. They put a new asphalt over there. I was like, excuse me, guys, it's like not Main Street, but you fucking put a new asphalt over there. We got the bridge fucked up. We got the highway fucked up. We got like all this Brooklyn Queen Expressway fucked up.
A lot of the
You
street
didn't.
signs are so faded you can't even read them. You don't know where you
Yeah,
are.
yeah. It's not only one thing. Like the quality of the street really ridiculous. Uh, don't forget to mention like East Side Park. They destroyed. They put it 1.2 billion for renovated the park. The park was functional, right?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong, but put it this 1.2 billion for Michelama, for new buildings, for homeless people. I think they got this amount of money for homeless people, for people who lost a job, for people who struggling right now.
Well,
I think
actually,
it's like,
yeah. Actually, to tell you the truth, I'm quite involved with the homeless community and also the public housing and stuff. And actually, they're building Amazon warehouses right next to it, and they're actually planning them as low-cost workers because you know that the Amazon workers are really kind of disposable, replaceable workers. They kind of like work you, grind you, and
yeah,
they don't expect people to stay in that job. So they're really looking for the homeless and the poor to fill those jobs. And that's the way the community is being built. But let's go. So I just want to make sure this bridge thing's clear because honestly, I'm down to keep. If anybody has any information on this, right? Yeah.
hmm
Let's. This is not over. Yeah, it's not over. Anyway, let's. But is there anything else you want to say about it? We could talk
yeah,
about.
we can
Yeah.
send it letter to Letitia James. It's like, hey, what's going on with this one case? We
Yep.
didn't hear about like just remind her like same thing like, hey guys,
Letitia
what's
James
going
had a
on with
relationship with
abortion,
Cuomo.
right?
Number one. Number two. Also remember that Letitia James, even though she's pretty cool out of all the corrupt ones out there, she also is playing the game to a certain extent. And honestly, the people have to put the pressure out to actually ask questions. Even if Letitia means well, if she has no people behind her, even Vitaly means well, even with no one behind him, right? It makes the job tough. So
Yeah, but by
without
the
us
way,
behind these people, right?
do you
It's
have
yeah.
information about the Jeffrey Epstein case, right? She got all his stuffs, all the security cameras, all the computers. We just pull up the videos and we can open more cases, right? But we got zero investigation, like, and we got TV live Johnny Depp case, but we didn't. He's a TV live like Maxwell, whatever his ex girlfriend, Jeffrey Epstein. It's like, guys, what the fuck?
It's all a big
Again,
distraction, man. Yeah. But let's talk about okay. So the thing is that look, I love Russian people. You know what I mean? Ukrainians too. But the fact of the matter is that right, just Ukrainian and Russians, the ones that I know, they're the guys are wild as hell, and they're cool tang with they're hardworking, right? Yeah, but they also party hard, right? Yeah, they're
yeah, yeah, man.
they
They're
don't
human beings.
they have but they definitely work hard. Out of all the crews that's out there, when Russians show up to work, you know it's on. You know what I mean? You know that they're gonna, you know what I mean? They're strong people, and they're cool as fuck. Anyways, now I know that you grew up in Russia.
Yeah, I grew up in
Okay.
Russian
And the thing is
Siberia.
that during the now I'm actually 45, so during the Gorbachev era, I remember that American rock music and stuff was very influential over there. And actually, you probably grew up liking America. Is that what made you what made you an immigrant to the United States and stuff? It's not you were
Rock,
talking about the Russian
rock and
newspaper. You
roll
were
baby,
talking. About,
rock and
I get
roll
to run it
baby.
stuff. Were you an
Because
America fan? What happened? Yeah.
yes, because I was listening probably from 1988. Became perestroika. I was been listening like all this old rock and roll group, Creedence, Doors, Motley Crue, Creedence, Guns N' Roses, like Def Leppard, all this rock and roll music, British and American. And I was in fun and in love. I would start doing more research about America, about life, opportunity, equal rights, and my main goal, like, hey, I want to get in America. I love America. Uh, Based on Russian people, I'm support American, Ukrainian people 100%. I'm support
But
because the
wasn't
independent.
also Russia kind of based on equal rights and trying to like say that there
Yes,
was yeah.
yeah, but don't forget, Russia got big propaganda. Like for example, if you're gonna do the same thing what you're doing right now, in Russia, you can get to jail 15 years right away. That's why they have to keep it like you alive, because you uh, the true like a small people, because you show them what's going on. You're not like huge in TV, like Fox News or whatever, Channel 11, because they do some kind of sort of amount of information, but what they want to show, not what this exactly is going on. That's what I respect what you're doing. You show me the truth and through the time. Russian people working really hard. My opinion, they do have a lot of brainwash, a lot, because most of them they understand like it's propaganda, but you cannot say something negative because you can end up probably in a really bad community, you're gonna lose your job and everything.
Hey, quick question
But
though, yeah? So the thing is that, like, I've been watching some Rush, and there's quite a few Russians that I've seen that have made protests against the war. Like, a lot. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about?
no, they do have a lot of protests, but it gets shut down right away. Similar, like for example, like the Black Lives Matter in the United States, but only one consequences in Russia, you're gonna end up in jail for protests
Yo,
because
yeah, I'm a fan of this group called Pussy Riot.
yeah,
They go to jail all the
it's a
time.
part. Yeah,
I'm
it's a
sorry for
part.
them.
Pussy
Yeah,
Riot became this money maker because they got
sorry.
image and then tried to make money. No, I'm talking about
I only
real
know the big
people.
bands because I'm American, so I
Yeah,
only know
yes,
the yeah.
me too. Because point is, uh, if you through the story Russia, uh, based on right now what we call sanctions. Funny story because ruble first of all like 2 weeks was going down completely, but after like 2 months, ruble getting stronger and news in America shows the problem. Russia is suffering. No fucking way. They get more involved in their own country. Why? Because all these sanctions are not allowed to transfer the money. It's mean all this money not go outside, like Paris, Germany, British or America, they going back to Russia and the economy booming over there. And all this news show like, oh, Russia's suffering. No, they're not suffering. Maybe in the war they're suffering, but economically they're doing really good.
I have to
And,
tell you the truth. The fact of the matter is that I grew up as a child, right? Yeah, I'm actually Korean American. And the thing is that probably many other people have this experience as well. I've talked to people all over the world from this, right? People with families from Poland, people with families like in the Philippines, stuff like that. And the U.S. media constantly gets issues about my country incorrect, wrong, missing, ignores it, right? So I really don't trust the media to get anything right at all.
it's
Straight
not
up.
on the media.
Yeah.
It's not on the media. If you go to work anywhere right now, an application, you can see what do you call it? Black, white, Asian. I just like again, guys, you fucking divided people. You have to put it any kind of label. For me, there's simplicity. You put it one. American citizen, green card holder, or immigrant.
Well,
Immigrant just mean
there's some
everyone.
reasons that I could explain for maybe good reasons to do that, but as in terms of that thing, let's leave that aside for the moment, right? Yeah, like the Russian thing. So what you're saying right now is very interesting. You're saying that the sanctions, even though, right,
Hmm.
the media says that, right, and I felt like it was propaganda maybe from the U.S. side, right, that oh, Russia's suffering all this stuff, but your personal experience from talking to people on, I don't know, can you still Skype with your people over in Russia? Can you
Yeah,
still talk
yeah.
to people over
I can
there?
Skype, I can call,
Okay, okay.
and by the way, like if
I heard those
America
things were getting
want,
cut off and stuff.
no, no, they're not cut off. It's like still working. Maybe some kind of money maker, like YouTube channels. They cannot pay people who do YouTube or whatever. But point is, uh, China's still on the side with Russia, and
Yeah,
we do have all American businesses in China. We support China, but again, with all this problem, China get more money. If you want to really fucked up China and then Russia, just remove all these companies, all these big corporates from China to America. You can give job for Americans. Okay, you're gonna lose a little bit profits because Chinese employee get like $10 per day. American they have to pay like 100, 200 a day.
yeah,
But
that's why they can't. Yeah,
instead,
they
like
can't do that. Yeah,
10,000 profit from a cell phone, you can get like regular 20% profit, like 200, and all this profit go back to American. Then we will see how Russia gonna be suffering in China, because right now you have to focus on American people and help American people. And as all this news, they don't want to tell you anything. They don't want it
that's
because
good.
China has got more natural gas, natural oil, because everything going really, really good. Why? Because America doesn't want to sell anything, but China keeps selling everything. And instead of buying from America, they're buying from China on half price. And you helping Russia. Hey, come on, guys, we're not gonna sell you anymore. We got
Yep.
Chinese company gonna sell you and half price and the same quality.
You're
Because
absolutely right.
all
Russia and China are big trading partners throughout the world. China's been working on that
in India
Belt and
and
Road
India.
Initiative for a long time, right? Yeah, in India too. They've been working all this trade stuff. So, once again, I don't really pay attention to what the news says on these topics anymore. But what you say is, it's good information for me to know, and it's a good perspective. And I appreciate that. Yeah.
Oh
So,
yeah, that's true.
this weekend actually, I'm having a panel discussion, and I'm just making as something called Unified Platform 22. We've talked to people running for governor positions, Senate, and House of Representatives all across the nation. And one thing that we're trying to address this weekend is some immigrant issues. So now, some of the things that we've already passed, like for like the criminal reform thing, is let me explain to you how it works. So we're gonna all the candidates that are running in these elections, right, will have the opportunity to vote in these on these proposals that are being made, and then we're going to publish the results. So we may have like something called unanimous, right, support. That means every single candidate that engaged in this particular thing supported this idea. So we had a criminal justice reform panel debate where we all agreed, I believe, to end predatory pricing in prison commissaries. But the Republican guy, right, did not want to support ending the death penalty, right? So we'll just have a super majority on that. You know what I mean? And we'll publish those results, and we'll say what we got a super majority on, what we got a majority on, what we got unanimous agreement on, and then throw that at the duopoly, and then force them to deal with that. So the immigration stuff, right? A lot of times it gets factored in with people talking about the border of, like Mexico and stuff like that's the only immigration that's going on. But I do want to hear from your side of it, of being an immigrant and someone who's actually ran for office and wants to give back, right? What are some of the ways that maybe we can better take care of the immigrant community in the United States?
Yeah, I like it what you said, immigrants, but you did not mention any kind of race. That's a big positive because immigrants can be black, white, Asians. That's what I love it. Immigrants, we're still human beings, right?
Yeah.
That's the best thing. What I love it. More important, like I would like to be all this stuff, put it in application like immigrants because they know the people who try to get this job are working really hard. See, gonna be really best employers. Not like most of the Americans are so lazy. They smoke a lot of weed, do nothing. The point is, I'm from my perspective view for immigrants, right? Uh, it's a simple way to resolve this problem. We can give opportunity for everyone to work, but with one condition. If you came, like for example, legally, right? You're working really hard. You did get caught any kind of criminal activity, didn't do anything. You go, okay, you can get work visa for 5 years. If you pass your probation, you can apply for green card because we need hardworking people. If this person get fucked up with something, of course you're gonna be in a case in a prison. Then you can send him back because this one it's a natural system uh, with selection of the good people. For
That's
me, it's like who anyone to dream to come America, welcome, please. What's the problem? They people came to build American dream, to build a house, family, good education for the kids. I'm not talking about like criminals, guys. They always still the criminals. Same thing like a gun control. How are you gonna control gun from criminals?
I have
It's
to
like
tell you honestly, that's the type of proposal that I'm looking for exactly because it kind of addresses both sides. I mean, the proposals that are best made for this unified platform are the ones that can get unanimous support. So something like this, right, that gives them right, that's not too harsh, but isn't
mm-hmm.
too lenient, right? Yeah, it's not just open borders, right? It's not actually right, but it's also something that gives right honest
Well,
people who
we
want to
need
be
the
part of the
borders.
community.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
say we don't need the
yeah.
borders
So
because
it's not either extreme, right? So I feel like the proposals that are most um, you know, fair, right, have the best chance of
fair
getting passing.
right, common
Yeah,
sense,
yeah.
because we need the people. Because
Okay,
if you look, we're losing like for this COVID-19, we lost like 1 million people.
sure.
But you forgot the guys. It was like well-educated people, good employees, good workers. It's been like we need 1 billion people. We're gonna get 1 million people for one day.
Now,
Hello,
quick.
immigrants.
I have another quick question for you, right? Now, the thing is
Yeah.
that look, I'm in the Asian community. Most people hang with more. Even though I'm Korean, most people I'm hanging with Chinese. I think there's more Chinese people here. There's just more Chinese, you know. Somehow that
Nothing
happens.
wrong with that.
Anyways,
Nothing wrong with
yeah,
that.
it's cool. So, but the thing is that right within the Chinese community, there's a strong drive for immigration and stuff. You know, I mean, a lot of people are like, you know, undocumented, hoping that one day they're going to get into the lottery or something like that. Right now, all this business that's happened recently with Russian stuff, is that affecting Russians' ability to immigrate to the United States? Are they getting
No,
shut out now? No. Okay,
I,
that's cool.
I got a visa, like tourist visa, and I overstayed, and I was like not legal.
Okay.
But my dream and my soul and my heart, I was like, I have to
Yo,
do
I hope you're gonna
everything
be
to be
okay. Can you
legal.
talk about this stuff? Are you
Yeah,
legal now? Oh my God.
I'm a citizen.
You're a citizen? Okay,
No,
thank God.
no,
Okay.
because I play,
Oh,
I play
you're
us all
scaring
this
me.
time.
Okay.
I was in the shoe all these immigrants. I understand because I was supported by immigrants. I understand what they need, what's the problem. All these politicians who've been running, oh, my grandparents immigrants. Screw you. You already got a business money. You just running for your money. I'm a real immigrant. I was getting the shoe. I was exactly came legally, right? The tourist visa. Then I said, like,
Overstayed.
yep,
Yeah.
I love this country. I'm gonna stay. You're not gonna throw me. I was nice, doing exactly by law, based on law, and I got like green card. I got my citizenship, and I respect all the immigrants who is not legal here, but they gonna dream. They're gonna work really hard. They're not gonna stay from 9 to 5. They're gonna work more. They're gonna accomplish more. They're doing the job better because they love this country. If you love this country, you want to stay here. If you want to stay here, you have to do the good stuff. That's what I respect immigrants. Some Americans became lazy who was born here. They don't have to do anything. They already speak perfect English. They don't have to write or read because they know how to do this. All the immigrants have to pass a lot of pressure to speak your own language, and they try to translate and they try to fit to society. Of course, we got a lot of racism. We got a lot of obligatory because people are like, oh, fucking immigrants. Dude, he can speak two languages. Maybe he got better education than you, and he can provide better service. And you just blame him because he got accent. I don't give a fuck if I have accent. I'm working really hard. I know these people, whatever, Asian, non-Asian, immigrant, not immigrant, I know they can work really hard. That's my perspective of you. I've been on these shoes. I'm done all this time. That's what I was trying to tell you people, all these viewers. It's really difficult to survive for us because we have to speak different language and I have to feed the society.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. That's some really good perspective right there. Yeah. So I'm
Okay.
glad to hear that the whole you know that didn't affect the immigration status because I know there might be a lot of people who are you know have concerns about that. So I bet you they're actually probably greenlighting Ukrainians now very quickly possible. Yeah. To
Oh yeah,
who
yes.
knows?
It's
I don't
like
know.
if you can see on the news, I will tell you, Ukrainian people got really good education. They speak English really good. You can notice on the news. They can answer to any kind of question. And if you come in, the people coming for work because it's war is there. Obviously, why they have to be civilian people stays there? Because all these wars is fucking stupid. It's terrible. It was independent country to get like invaded by Russian military. Excuse me, guys. Any kind of problem we can solve peacefully.
You know,
If
actually,
you want
that's
to
a
be
good. Yeah.
really tough, take it fucking hands. Go to the cage MMA fight. Each one president can prove the power, and toughness. Another way, you just send it to like soldiers to die. Someone doesn't want to go there. If you're tough, just go away. Like take your fist and fight.
Yeah,
That's my
being
opinion.
Korean American myself, right? The thing is that at one day, right, they just told all the North Koreans and the South Koreans that they were each other's enemies, even if their cousin was
Same
like
blood,
across
same
the
blood.
river last week. Now some dude says that they're the enemy. So, like I said, there's a lot, and actually, you being Russian yourself, it sounds like you're not really in support of the war. I saw a lot of Russian people. They don't care, right? The leaders are the ones with the problems, not the people themselves. They just want to go out their daily lives. It sounds like that's
Yes,
your
it's
take. Am I
true.
correct?
It's
Yeah.
true, but don't forget, that true information have to be provided not only by government, only by private person too, because government got the direction, and if you
Yeah.
got direction, you got the knowledge. How manipulated people? If you got a lot of people like you who provided simple interview, who can provide any kind of life story, and then people can decide, like, hey, interesting. I never saw this opinion. I didn't know it's coming from this country, and they got the knowledge, and then they decided what's true, what's not true. That's how it's work.
Yeah. Yo, I definitely appreciate that perspective, man. So, On Sunday, we're going to have our discussion panel. A lot of candidates right now are really struggling to get into their ballot petitions in and stuff. So it's you know how that is, right? It's
Oh yeah,
very
yeah.
yeah. That's a scary time, especially in New York where you have very high numbers to reach. Right now, they actually tripled the numbers for candidates. Now it's 45,000 signatures. I don't know if you how many you
Oh,
have to get.
I
Yeah,
never heard, but it's ridiculous. If you want to get
45,000.
45,000, okay,
Yeah, that's a
you
lot.
know, each one candidate have to get enrolled by themselves. And if you go by themselves, we will see they're going to speak, oh, I cannot handle because I was after work, go on the street, collect the signatures. I was like, hey guys, 1 second, I'm not salesperson. I try to participate for democracy. And
Yeah.
I got the signatures. And I got like letter, you on the ballot. I got a letter. I am translated my last name for Asian, I don't know, Mandarin and Cantonese, because a lot of Asian cannot read English. And like 2 weeks later, I got third letter. You don't have enough qualified signature. Like, what the fuck, guys? You already submitted. It's like, I'm good. You already translate me like Asian. It's like, what's going on with the system? And I see all these guys who are running. I want to see, like, whatever, Eric Adam or, well, Coco or Cuomo on the street collecting this, whatever, 2,000 or 3,000 signature. We'll see how it's work. Because, again, it's a system. You have to get someone voluntarily working because you have to pay it, but where they get the money, guys,
Actually,
the system corrupt.
I'll put you on a little secret, right? I actually work with all the groups,
Mm-hmm.
Republicans, Democrats, Independents, Greens, Libertarians. I work with all the campaigns. I know all the personnel, what they doing, right? And
Yeah.
the fact of the matter is that, right? Bloomberg, I don't know if you remember when he ran for president, right?
Yeah,
That
the
night,
$1 billion.
yeah, that night, right? All the presidential candidates, like the teams met up at this bar and stuff because we were trying to get signatures and stuff. So like honestly, even presidential candidates like Pete Buttigieg, stuff like that, like weeks later we're still collecting signatures, right? But the night that shit came out, that night we went there, the Bloomberg team showed up. They had everything already done. They're like, "Fuck it, we're done already." We're like, "What?" We said, "Wow."
It's just the beginning, right?
Yo, he's got so many people on payroll, and plus, remember he was mayor before, so he's in with the people in the government who have like access to all the
Yeah,
the
all
NGOs
knowledge,
and all that other
all
shit.
this
Yeah, the machine
loopholes.
shit. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Completely. Yeah. So one day, you know what I mean? Yo, they were yo, someone like yourself trying to get into the game, yo, you see
That's
how it
that's
is.
that's the money. It's just about money. Because
Yeah.
real people, I would like to change the law if possible. Maybe we can participate it. Maybe we can get some kind of signatures to change the law election in New York State. Because you know, New York State's a big machine with some money.
And you learned
A
a
lot
lot
of
during this process, and they're hoping that you'll fade away. Don't fade
yeah,
away. Keep doing this
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
New York
Because
is
yeah.
really powerful. Really
But you learned a
powerful.
lot now, right? Yeah.
Yes,
And you
yes.
can help a lot of other people.
By the way, I'd say I'm learning the hard way because it's really difficult to communicate with the people who got the knowledge. Because these people like you, they're doing for free, and really difficult to find these people. And the people like Bloomberg, Cuomo, whatever Adams, they just get it. All these people who on the money board because they're following by money. It's not like by soul, by interest. It's just fucking money. I understand,
That's the
but
game too. I get it.
you don't
Yeah.
have to be greedy. Look, this Andrew Yang. Do you remember the COVID-19 started? Where been Andrew Yang? Oh, he been in California.
Yeah.
Where Vitaly been? Oh, Vitaly been in New York City cares to helping people to get the food for free. I was in the street. I was actually running my essential business. I was working, and it's a big different story with COVID-19. Remember, got $1 billion from Trump, Cuomo for ventilators.
Yeah.
I didn't see the end of story. Where is these ventilators now? How's the money spent? And who was this provided the ventilators? What kind of company? What kind
See,
of
Yang won't
preparation?
ask any of those hard questions. That's why he's getting propped up. And also, now he's saying that he's against the Democrat Party because they're too corrupt. So why isn't he meeting up with people like yourself ever? He's actually from New York. He has the Ford Party collecting lots of money from the whole entire nation. But once again, right, he's supporting Larry Sharpe, which is nice, right? But the thing is that really he has nothing to say about the race. And we all know that, remember, he went into the Board of Elections in a separate entrance. I don't know, were you there for that when he went into separate entrance to submit his
No,
petitions?
but you remember Cuomo signed the law. What's it called? Like I forget the numbers. Like people who buy an Upper West Side apartments in a new development. And if you buy an apartment, you're allowed to apply for green cards right away. And he did sign this law to anyone who buying over there. I forgot what's like fancy stuff, they're allowed to apply for green card. It's mean like all these rich people came, whatever the country coming from, they allow apply for green card right away. It's just easy way. Well, I can buy green card, yeah. But what about other people who working really hard, who doesn't have a lot of money? You already divided. He was supporting all this development of real estate companies to get the boost, to get a huge boost. Not apartment like for 100 houses, like it's a $1, 2, 3, $5 million for apartment Upper West Side. It's a new development. He did sign the law. He because all these loopholes from DC, and Cuomo helped this real estate to make big money.
Yeah,
Nobody
it's a
mentioned about
bailout.
this.
It's a bailout, and it's a straight up. They're propping up the property values to try to keep the inventory level
Yeah, yeah.
price high, and
But
yeah, it's the
for
number one
his
corruption.
period,
Yeah.
Cuomo, he didn't do any kind of Mitchell-Lama laws. He didn't build new buildings for people. Like they forget about and even NYCHA fucked up. They didn't change the lead pipes. Hey guys, you got tons of money. You can change everything. You can create a community. We created more buildings, nice building. Just get involved with community. But all this I can see on the news like Eric Adam, blah 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 blah. What you done? Nothing. Bullshit. That's a true in New York. New York getting like really corrupt because you get interest over than reality.
You
That's
know,
a big problem.
your message about like erasing the racial lines, I think, is an important one, and that one that we really do need to get to. But one of the things about NYCHA, just so you know, actually right now I think 95% of the contracts go to white-owned businesses, and that's kind of weird. You know what I mean? So one of the things that they're trying to work on is to diversify that. They're trying to make it mandatory for 30% of businesses to go towards minorities, which I think is the most relevant thing. And when we collect the numbers, right, and the racial data, right, the thing is that that's used by like Medicaid. Sometimes
Yeah.
people like what they do is they going to make sure that the racial outcomes, right, are not way off. You know what I mean? Like, so the people who are black are always denied service, like they can track that. But as in terms of getting to the point where, you know, um, as an Asian American myself, a lot of times our issues are never addressed, and that's actually why I'm a specialist in taking care of the communities that are not addressed. And a lot of times, it is we need to get past. We need to unite. So
Yes.
I'm with you, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm with
we
you. Yeah.
unite and don't forget. He just promised like, oh, we're gonna create jobs. How are you gonna fucking create jobs? You're gonna create for big corporate jobs. You already got like union involved. You got all this fee. For me, when I proposed when I ran for mayor, I said like, hey, stop doing all these contracts. Try to get help for big rail corporation. We can help simple way. We created jobs. Who needed not only job, they need an apartment. We can start building new housing system, and you get hires these people who doesn't have a job. A lot of people really get well educated, and you can hire these people. You just solve win-win two problems. And I was proposed, hey guys, we have to just start building, not to sign the contract, just open it more city jobs. And then second step, like have building going to be who need real apartment for lower price, and have building who can afford it, who can buy it. When you sold these apartments for rich people or whatever who got the money, they're gonna live in the same building together, not separate like a project, and city can make it budget and make it margin because they sell it building and money coming back to city budget, not like all big real estate
The
like
Real Estate
BlackRock
Board of
or
New
whatever.
York, the Real Estate Board of New York, REBNY. If you take a look at the real estate brokers who really do have like a lot of control in that organization, when they sell just a $1 million home, right? Yeah, they make 3%, or that's $30,000 on that one deal alone. If they sell a multi-million-dollar unit, they make in so much money. So they have all kinds of money, right? If you take a look at the real estate channel, they have on TV. They have a whole channel devoted to real estate,
Oh yeah,
HGTV, Home and Garden
dude,
TV.
you know the
Yeah,
Stuyvesant, right?
yeah.
And I think 2009 they sold to BlackRock to 5.4 billion, and it's like 20,000 apartments. What about like a main law for New York State? It says like a government need. They can get this 5 billion, buy this property, a development for regular people. Because right now this corporation make tons of profit. Why
Yeah.
city didn't buy these buildings? 20,000 units already.
So this is the deal, right? The fact of the matter is that the real estate company is tied to the traffic industry, is tied to the educational industry, is tied to the medical industry. You know what I mean? The way that the colleges like will approve any studies that they need to justify the reports. CUNY's getting a lot of money. A lot of these CUNY professors are just creating these reports or making the traffic studies, whatever they need to do, blah blah blah, and they're all protecting each other. You get
Yeah,
what I mean?
snowball. It's a
And
snowball. It's a
exactly,
snowball corruption.
100%. There you go.
Even I said, like, we got problem with Medicare's in New York. I was proposing, like, let's build a clinic owned by city. If
Yeah.
you build a clinic, again, you created a construction job. First of all. Second of all, you created all these doctors, nurses, you get created jobs. They're gonna work in for city. And based by own city, all this profit ways going back to the budget to the city. Plus, you can play with the price for service, not like all these big corporations, all these hospitals. They got big margin on the profit. They can put it any kind of price. And if you compare different state, like MRI from like $200, you can go different state and you're gonna take it like 5,000. Like, guys, you play in the price. If your city owns a clinic, win-win. Got a job, got it Medicare for all these people, and gonna help people who really need. It's my opinion, because again, you and me discuss all these problems. We're bringing up someone maybe in the future, a young kid who listen to all this broadcast, is like, hey, I would like to change this problem. I gonna clean this mess, because we're trying to do, but the kids, new generation, they got, so many times they get lied by government. Oh, you get your job, you get your college, go to job, blah blah blah, but they never tell you how they solve this problem.
Yeah.
Even in graduation, it's like, oh, you got graduation from your college,
You
but
know,
they
I,
never tell you, like, you get fucked, because if you count it, because right now report on the job, right? Biden said, like, we created 480,000 jobs. Dude, I didn't see this job posting somewhere. I didn't see. It's maybe you created like office jobs, but if you just do the mathematics, we Caucasian Asian, we love mathematics, right? Let's count it. How many colleges in the city? Probably 20, 20. Calculate it. Each one college. How many got graduation? Calculate it. Just only one New York City, New York State. We need a job. Probably 500,000, or maybe 600,000 students to get a job for just one city. Talk all of this, like all these big states, Harvard, Yale, all these colleges, even like not Ivy League, the different. We got like every year graduation, we got probably like 10 million students get graduated, but you created only 500,000. Screw you, motherfucker. You're not good president. You can't handle this problem. If you can't just admit, so yes, guys, I'm fucked up. I have to work it better. But they never admit this problem. They always put it like, oh, it's a Putin guilty. Really? You
yeah.
president of this country, you have to fix it because it's your duty. If I do my job, I'm fucked up, I have to fix it because nobody gonna hire me.
We
You,
have to look at like industrialization and how it actually, because the thing is that McDonald's, instead of like taking the people and training them to be good chefs and stuff, they want everything. They want them to be replaceable, like kind of like robots that are just
you just steal
yeah,
this word from my mouth. Yeah, they need robots. They're gonna replace it and like, okay, next one, next one, next one. We don't care what's happened to you. Then asking like, why is this guy come back and shoot everyone in the office? Because he treated him like a shit and was depressed, and we didn't have. It's like catch 22. We got a lot of depressed like officers in YPD. But if you go to psychologists, you're on the list, on the checklist. You're crazy. That's a lot of police officers not going there because it's catch 22. If you go there, you're already on the list. Same thing, any kind of employee working, whatever, for Amazon, for McDonald's, they cannot go there because they're not provided. And if you put it here on the checklist, like, oh, fuck, this guy, next day have to be fired. That's a problem in the system.
yeah.
We always get these troubles. Why they want to resolve. Everybody like, oh, let's go do this way. Yes, but
So,
don't forget.
and I was so happy to hear because all these people are celebrating the Amazon union thing, which is nice, right? But we got to
Mm-hmm.
see the results. So earlier you was talking about the unionization of the bus drivers. Sounds dope. And then you said you were fighting for the bathrooms on the buses. And
Yeah,
then
I will
the
tell
union
you what
just
the
said
problem
no.
with the
What?
union.
Yeah. Okay.
Was the one big problem in the union. They do have a lot of office employers, a lot, and they got really good payroll. They say like, we're fighting for your rights. No, you're not fighting for my rights. You get work by hourly, get money. I know how much you pay stuff. I would like to be honest, union. If you do have employees who running like major guys for unions, for representative, if you put it like a lower payroll, because you're not obviously to do the job, to carry heavy stuff, you're not driving the buses, you're not the building the roads. Why you do have a fucking even your payroll stuff higher than just regular employee who represents you, right? It's like, for example, Amazon union, like, oh, well, wonderful. I grew up in Russia. Union is really good at supporting you. But actually,
Yeah,
who work in an office, they do have less pay staff because they're in the office. They
good.
just
Yeah,
transfer. If you do equal rights with union, and I
yeah,
will say, hey, dude, you union, show me your pay stub, and you try to support me with your high stuff. No, 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 no. That's I hate this. It's not fucking union. And again, they created this union to make money. I understand that someone gonna watch this channels like, hey guys, I know about this. Yeah, I know, dude. But if you try to change something, I did. I try.
the results
I
matter.
I
Yeah,
tried
results
to
matter.
change. Next time, the guy who said like, hey, he tried. Maybe can do the better. Maybe can accomplish something. Because a lot of immigrants like, oh fuck no, because we're immigrants, people hate us, government hate us, and everybody's like, fuck off. No, that's only way to change the society, to make it step. Make it one tiny step. Someone behind you can make it 2 steps. Behind him, making 5 steps, and we can accomplish. That's what I say always, follow by through.
You know what? Your testimony tonight has been so just interesting. You know what I mean? Like just to hear about like what's going on in Russia, stuff like that, with all the talk
Yeah.
that's going on, stuff like that. You know, thanks for your insight on what's
And
going
I'm
on there.
supporting abortion rights because don't touch female body. They have to do because they own this body. What the next step, like if you're a teenager, you're not allowed to masturbate. They're gonna be.
Let me actually explain to you some of the powerful arguments for abortion rights. Right. The thing is that just like the drugs, right? Yeah, which they
Yeah,
couldn't control. Everybody can get coke. Everybody can get heroin. Everybody can get crack. Right. Not that hard to get.
oxycontin,
Yeah.
profitable stuff, right?
Yeah.
No one's go to prison.
Women can also probably get these abortion drugs. And also, if we legalize it, when they have complications that lead to health, life threatening consequences, they will be scared to call for help because
Oh
they,
yeah, it's emotional stress
yeah,
because you have to decide it. Are you get penalized? Are you got like misdemeanor? Are you got a felony? And it's like the young kids, I understand. It's like
yeah,
hormones. Like doesn't matter, 16, 18, 19. You have to
it's,
realize
yeah.
family, you have to be mentally ready, financially ready. And obviously, when you got compliant together, then you can get a child who can be grow up in a happy society.
But
But
what,
the
yeah,
young kids,
but,
sorry,
but one thing
they're
that's
learning.
interesting is right. We were talking earlier about like the students and like and that type of thing. So I went to this recent event that was held by I think what was it called again? Socialist Alternative, right? And there were some other groups. There was another event today supporting the Roe vs. Wade thing in Union Square Park. I was there again today. It was
Me
another
too.
group that was support. Oh, you were there? Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool. Okay,
yeah.
shit. Okay, I didn't see you. Yeah, maybe I left by that
Oh,
time.
because a lot of people was there.
There's also a lot of people. Yeah. So look, I am supportive of that movement, but also, right, one thing that they talk about, not today's movement, right? I really didn't get to talk to organizers too much today. That was another issue, but um, one thing they said is that they want to get the students to do a walkout at Hunter College. Now the thing is that at Hunter College, though, I know the president there named Jennifer Rodden. Not I'm completely on her side because I did do an expose of them, but they're very pro-woman and they probably would support, right? Yeah, would support the Roe versus Wade thing. So I was like, why are you walking out from there when you can just talk to the administration and maybe they would even sign up and support you, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I said also, right, you guys want to use their help, but what do you know about their issues right now, right? I've been a part of the student movement for a long time, right? The mayor race before this, when what's his name? That guy won. What's his name again? De Blasio won, right? I was also involved with student government at that time,
Mm-hmm.
trying to address issues of why is student tuition prices so high. We're creating a new cycle of victims. Once again, we're just trying to bail out and continue to fund the problem and the corruption and the stealing of money. You know what I mean? It's system wide, right? And I said, you know what? If we as women, right, if you want to ask the students to help you with your movement, you know what I mean? Which I'm down to help you with your movement. I'm down to also understand your issues. We talk about understanding their issues right today, right? Yeah. You got to also understand these other communities' issues and help them too. So I hope the women's issues, right, which I'm down to help with, and I hope that women are watching right now talking about Roe versus Wade, and we are willing to help you there. But I hope that you could help immigrants and people like Vitaly that are honest actors in this game. Now I feel free to say that, right? Just having known you and seeing how you're still involved, I hope you could help honest candidates
Oh
like
yeah,
this.
a lot of
Yeah,
countries they got legal abortion, like Russia, Ukraine, like China. India. It's like everything is good. Like I don't know what's America's the problem. You
You know,
said
one
like,
thing that was brought up was that this might be a new way to institute, right, vaccine mandates. Because if they can take away my body, my choice, if they can take away autonomy, right, then they
hmm
can actually force you to have vaccines.
yeah. But again, if you remember, the Biden administration, not wait a second, Trump administration, they give money for Moderna, like $400 million to research, and they spend like $4 billion for research. Which one vaccine? We need vaccine. I understand. We need vaccine, but they uh, give like zero money to research for natural immune body system
I'm not meant
because
the vaccine, but I'm not happy about them being able to enforce,
yes, I
right, on
agree with you.
everybody, right? And if they
I,
can
I
take, yeah,
I get forced to get vaccine because I have to travel to Paris and I have to get vaccination, but I got a
yeah,
really side effects. I can bend it my right knee like for 6 months, and I was like, excuse me, nobody told me this effect, and I was asking a lot of people, a lot of patients, they got the same problem.
Roe
And I was like,
versus Wade is taking away, right? If they get rid of that, they might be able to take away your autonomy in terms of your own
oh yeah,
medical decisions.
yeah, it's a big issue. It's probably a big next topic. We can talk about all these countries, what the issue, because it's only not one problem. We got a lot of problem cover under that. They don't want to speak up, but we maybe next topic we can bring it up with these troubles. For me, like I said, uh, all the what's going on right now, I would like to know each one opinion because people try to be speak up, go on and protest, don't stay at home and just be upset. No, we have to do something
Yeah,
because always, any kind of energy movement, they can result positive effects. Maybe sometimes negative effects, but it's a result. We can accomplish something. So again, I'm trying to tell you all these brothers and sisters, immigrants, don't be shy.
yeah.
Don't afraid you got accent. Fuck it. Don't afraid someone gonna judge you. Fuck it. Because you live only one life and try to do something with your
I,
life.
I think it's a great opportunity for women, right, to hope in this moment of realizing, right, that their rights are under attack to help the rest of
Oh
us,
yeah.
right, and get
It's
more
not
aware of our
a
problems,
target, it's
immigrant
already
problems,
on the
things like
target.
that. You know what I mean? Word up, because together we will be powerful allies.
Yeah.
Someone, yeah, honestly, and I'm down to help the Roe vs. Wade thing, yeah, and hopefully it can turn on a new generation to activism and onto candidates like yourself that are out here talking real talk and trying to really help people.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Yeah.
On
So,
your side.
anything else you want to share before I feel like that we pretty much covered the topics. Is there anything else you want to talk about tonight?
No, right now I'm good. I'm just say just guys, just following, watch this channel. I like this guy a lot. He's done a lot of good things. And don't afraid. Write him back and let him know what's going on, what kind of next topic you want to ask, because we really interested like on the conversation. We want to know what are you guys interested in too, what kind of opinion. Maybe you need some kind of knowledge. We can share our knowledge. We can share this information.
I got a bunch of candidates right now. That is, I got my neck. You're on my mailing list, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, awesome. So I got a bunch of candidates that are trying to get the ballot petitions filled. As you know, it's a struggle. So if you have people that could help these candidates out, or if anybody watching could, or we got other activist stuff coming out soon, but that's one of our current struggles right now. So keeping these
Yeah.
voices involved. Yeah.
Okay. What is this CEO? I didn't hear this guy a long time ago.
Which one?
CEO.
Oh, Theo. Theo. Yeah. So Theo right now is, as you know, he was the one who was helping with all your ballot petitions, right?
Yes, sir.
So he's also helping all the
Special
candidates.
thank you, CEO.
Yeah. He's helping candidates right now. He's staying up all night, right? Working like a madman, helping a lot of candidates put their paperwork together for free, not
Yes, he
celebrated.
doing for free.
Yeah,
That's a real guy.
yeah.
Like I hope he can accomplish what he's done. He's a great guy.
And I've
Big
been kicking
respect
down the
and
door
great.
for Jimmy Doran for Convo Couch to help out my brother. You know what I mean? I even talked to Ali. I talked to a lot of producers that I know to try to help get this guy some shine because I also gave him my Actress of the Year for 2021, but he's been so
Cool.
busy. And also, I think he's when the thing is that right, there were a lot of candidates who backed Yang and engaged this kind of like ride the train with Yang thing to try to like get some clout off him or take a ride, right? But I emailed those candidates and said, "How dare you, blah blah blah," right? And the thing is that if you look at the Ford Party right now,
How dare you not kissing his ass because he's rich?
The Ford Party, even though they're doing events like in Florida and LA, and so, they're not doing anything in New York. They're scared to do anything in New York.
Yeah.
Even the national director, Willie Coughlin, is here, and it's hilarious, man. So, um, yeah, that's just a bag of laughs. So, don't worry about those fakes taking all the money, honestly, and not giving any to your campaign and helping you. We are the real ground here in New York. We'll stay in contact, and honestly, I plan on being in this game for decades more. And over that time, we will learn the whole system, and we're going to change this, and they can't stop us.
Yes, man. I'm in.
Hell yeah. All right, man. God bless. I'm going to see you soon.
Okay, take care. Thank you, all these viewers. Thank you guys for doing the stuff.
Thank you so much. Good night.